Hello, my name is Alejandra Crespo. I study electrical mechanical engineering. My topic is about the evolving requirements of smoke detection. Technological advance in smoke alarms. Smoke alarms are designed to detect a fire and is early stage and alert people so they have time to safely escape the dwelling unit or building. The smoke alarm industry has experienced substantial growth since the motor codes began requiring their installation in one and two family buildings in 1976. Since then, fire fatalities have decreased in all major occupations. I present vision in relation to the topic.
The Cigarette SD Evolution combined flame and smoke detector can be used in any typical installation as shown here. In this case, the detector is used to protect the open area of the washroom. The CSA FGV requires installation via wired links to other equipment and will detect a 25mm flame at up to 6 meters away within 1 second, and tobacco smoke within a 3-meter radius of its position. On detecting either a flame or smoke, the product plays a pre-recorded alarm message in any language of choice and immediately transmits a signal via a wired link to other equipment such as the combined sounder beacon.
This is a no smoking area. Please extinguish your cigarette immediately. A member of staff has been notified of this alarm.
Normally, the sounder beacon is situated just outside the washroom to warn other staff of an incident as shown here.
Vous êtes dans une zone non fumeur. Merci d'éteindre votre cigarette. Un membre de l'équipe de sécurité a été contacté.
All SD Evolution products are Windows based. Simply record a file on any PC running Windows and copy and paste into the appropriate folder on the SD card. Protective cages are available to avoid tampering, and a power supply unit can be purchased if required instead of using batteries. A CSA IR2 remote control is required to operate all the Cigarette SD Evolution products. Please contact us for more information about this or any other product in the range.
Origin of smoke requirements in mod codes. The genesis of code requirements for smoke detection installation came from a 1978 ad signed by President Johnson to form a commission to assess the nation's fire problem and to find measures to reduce fire loss. In 1973, the Commission delivered its report to President Nixon. The landmark report, America Burning, have 90 recommendations to reduce America's fire losses. The report urged Americans to install smoke alarms in their homes and recognize the need to promote regulations for the installation of smoke alarms. The next major step occurred in 1976 when NFPA 101 the life savers called updated the requirements for the installation of smoke alarms in 1 and 2 family dwellings. That was followed by the 3 regional code organizations requiring the installation of smoke alarms in 1 and 2 family buildings in 1979. Since the number of used homes with smoke alarms has increased from 22% in 1970 to 19 in 2004.
Your panel has alerted you that your smoke detector batteries are low. You will need 3 AAA batteries for your smoke detector. You may also need a step stool or small ladder, depending on where your smoke detector is located, to safely reach it. Before you replace the batteries, always make sure your system is unarmed. You will also want to make sure you put your system in test mode at the panel to avoid causing a tamper alert and having our monitoring station call you. If you are unsure how to put your system into test mode, there is a link below this tutorial that will teach you how. When your system is in test mode, twist the body of the smoke detector counterclockwise to remove it and replace the old batteries with the new batteries. If you're having trouble getting the batteries out, a small flathead screwdriver can help you pry them out. When you've switched the batteries, twist the body of the smoke detector back onto the mounting cover. When you replace the body of the smoke detector, make sure it is fully attached, otherwise a tamper alert will be triggered. You will know the cover has been returned completely because the hash marks will line up. When you have returned the cover completely, exit test mode on the panel, and always remember to safely dispose of the old batteries. The low battery alert on your panel will clear itself once the batteries have been replaced.
Importance of smoke alarms. Numerous reports show that fire fatalities have decreased in all major occupation classifications. According to a 2011 NFPA report, home fatalities in the USA have decreased from 6,015 in 1978 to 2,644 in 2010, which represents an overall reduction of 44% in 32 years. NFPA classifies homes as one and two family dwellings. Manufactured homes are multifamily housing. According to another NFPA study, non-home fire fatalities have decreased from 640 in 1977 to 120 in 2011. A 2012 NFPA report concludes that fire fatalities in hotels and motels have declined from 62 in 1980 to 16 in 2010. During the same time period, the USA population increased by 97 million.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Williams. I'm a certified firefighter in the state of Illinois, and today we're going to talk about how to change a smoke detector's batteries that keep beeping. If you have a smoke detector like this and it keeps chirping or beeping and you can't figure out why, usually it's an indication that your batteries are low and need to be changed. Remember, check the back of your smoke detector or the user's manual if you have it, and sometimes it will tell you what the individual chirps or beeps mean. If you're not sure and you think your alarm is going off or you smell smoke or fire, get out of your home and call 911 and have the fire department come and make sure that your home is safe. If it is just a chirp that you're hearing every so often, it's probably an indication that your batteries are low. In that case, you're going to need to open the storage cell where the battery is kept, take the old battery out, discard it, get a new battery out of the package, and place it back in the smoke detector. Make sure to check your user's manual to make sure that you're putting the battery in the correct way. Most smoke detectors are like this one. When there's no battery in, the door won't close, so you can't accidentally put it up without a battery in it. You take the battery, place it in facing the correct way, and snap it all the way shut. You'll know that the battery is in correctly if it goes all the way shut. But just to be sure, you're going to want to press the test button until your smoke alarm chirps or gives an alarm. And then you know that your battery is installed correctly and is working properly. At that time, you can mount it back up on your wall and you're good to go. I'm Gabriel Williams, and we've been talking about what to do if the battery on your smoke detector keeps beeping.
Evolution of smoke alarms. Ionization smoke alarms were introduced in the USA the mid-1950s, and these early models required 240 volt AC for operation. Electronic means in the 1960s reduced the operating voltage to 9 and 24 volts. Smoke alarms utilizing photoelectric technology were introduced in the early 1960s. 1944. Cerberus achieved the first UL-listed smoke detector. The process took more than 2 years. 1964. First alarm develops a low-power 24 volt ionization smoke detector. 1965. Joan Percival of Sailor developed a single-station photoelectric smoke detector powered by a battery, which makes widespread installation highly feasible in residences. 1995. The first 10 years lithium battery powered smoke alarm is introduced. And 1999 NFPA 72 requires residential smoke alarms to be replaced every 10 years. The basis for the 10-year time frame was the result of a revelatory study conducted in the mine 1970.
The industry's most popular range of detector testing kit for over 20 years, the Solo range, is now evolving to offer more choice and increase benefits to fire industry professionals. The arrival of the new Solo 365 smoke detector tester is a significant development that puts both new technology and improved performance into the hands of users. Smoke generation starts and stops using a proximity sensor, meaning it's quicker to test, faster to clear, and almost impossible to over-apply. It means there's minimal smoke wastage and no risk of detector contamination. When light levels drop, an LED torch automatically illuminates, making it ideal for use in dark areas such as ceiling voids. This feature makes for easier locating of detectors and alignment, and ultimately simpler, faster testing in dark areas. In tight or confined spaces, the slimline design allows for easy access, making Solo 365 suitable for a wider range of sites and helping ensure more hard-to-access detectors are tested. Consumables are easily fitted into the rear of Solo 365. Smoke is generated via non-pressurized cartridges, offering compatibility with the widest range of detectors, easy storage and transportation, and improved performance at all temperatures. Solo 365 takes everything expected from a Solo product, pairs it with the very latest technology, and wraps it in a modern design. It offers full compliance with the latest regulations and comes with the approval of leading detector manufacturers. Solo 365. Faster, simpler, cleaner.
Single technology at small alarms. The small chamber of an ionization sensor consists of two electrical charges placed in a small amount of radioactive material called a measuring the radioactive material ionizes the air and renders the air in the chamber placed in the chamber. When a smoke enters the chamber, the ion sticks to the small particles, and there is a reduction in current flow. the reduction in current by equal to a given amount of smoke. The detector goes into alarm when the current falls below a predetermined level. A photoelectric sensor consists of a chamber with a LED light source and receiver known as photodiode. Typically, the LED pulses about every 5 to 20 seconds. The LED and the photodiode are engaged so the light rays from the LED are not directed at the photodiode during clean air conditions. When small particles enter the chamber, some of the light rays escape from the particles and reflect at the photodiode. When the photodiode receives light, it generates electrical current that causes the detector to operate. Photoelectric versus ionization technology. People frequently ask if one technology is better than the other. The first thing to remember is photoelectric and ionization sensors have to meet the same fire tests in the UL smoke detection product standards. Which technology is better depends on either the type of fire of the solar combustion, because every fire deals different once a material ignites, and one extreme smoldering fires for natural materials produce measured levels of carbon monoxide and larger particles of combustion in the 0.3 to 10.0 micron size range, with photoelectric sensors are better at detecting. At the other extreme, flaming fires from stagnant materials produce small particles of combustion in the 0.01 to 0.3 micron size range in generally high temperatures very quickly with a minimum amount of carbon monoxide. Ionization sensors are generally better at detecting these type of fires. Unwanted alarms. Unwanted alarms, also referred to as nuisance alarms, are the leading cause of occupations disabling their small alarms. Roughly 20% of small alarms installed in a house have been disabled. The percent may be higher in the high-risk areas such as inner cities and rural communities.
So Brian, guess what I just got?
I'm gonna guess smoke detector.
Yeah, so I not only got one, but I got 3 additional detectors for my house.
You have smoke detectors, Paul.
That is correct. For Brian, do you know, and by the way, I just went out and bought this with my own money, and we have a pretty successful smoke detector video online that people love or hate.
They hate it.
We have as many thumbs down as thumbs up, but we're going to get right to the point. Do you know you have to replace these, or you're supposed to replace them every 10 years?
I've heard that in preparing for the show, right? But I'm not sure I completely understand why.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why, other than wear and tear. Just to be sure that this will work at all times, you ought to replace them every 10 years. Now, they don't warn you. There's no beeper that goes off after 10 years on most of them.
And it's in the fine print on these things. It says replace every 10 years. So
very small. And what I like, though, about this model, and the reason I bought these, mine are all about 15 years old, so I'm replacing them, is if you're going to replace yours after 10 years, get one that's very easy to access the battery compartment.
that is a nice feature to have. I was thinking of replacing some at my house and getting them with a combination carbon monoxide detector as well.
Right, and so that's not a bad option. But if you go that route, be aware that sometimes the carbon monoxide needs to be replaced every 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
So, and these require, you might need to hire a professional to wire these in, because they're all hardwired into the most, any modern home, they're going to be hardwired into the electrical. They need to be wired correctly. So check with a professional, get ones that you can easily access the battery compartment, because that needs to be replaced about every year, and you'll be in good shape.
All right, well, very good.
Thanks for watching.
Multi-criteria fire detection. Today, single technology small alarms have been on the market for over 30 years, and they have performed very well during that time. However, they have reached their limit in terms of faster detection and rejecting unwanted alarms. Development of a multi-criteria technology is the result of manufacturers designing a small alarm that successfully addresses the two major issues that affect the overall well-being of the consumer. 1. Improving detection performance by detecting both smoldering and flaming fire sooner. 2. Improving the resistance to unwanted alarms without sacrificing detection performance. Working effectiveness of small alarms. While small alarms provide life-saving value when occupants are awake, their greatest benefit may be when the occupants are asleep. This is illustrated in a 2010 US Fire Administration study which reports that 50% of fire failures in residential buildings occur between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. when most people are asleep. Efficacious detectors and fire this illustrate end of the sensors. As a conclusion, it has home fire fatalities have the results declining from due in large part to the moral cause, requiring small alarm installation in 1 and 2 family dwellings. Many researchers estimate that over 90,000 lives have been saved since the late 1970s. Even though there have been significant reductions in fire fatalities, challenges remain. Manufacturers continue to make advancements in technology designed to reduce fire fatalities. Thanks for your attention.